G'day guys, Troy here from FM Scout. Today we're going to continue on from Dave Azzopardi's challenge video. In his video he talked through the Pentagon Challenge, a massive challenge, a very long challenge as well. But today we'll be talking about the Youth Academy Challenge. But before we kick off with the video where I explain the rules and a couple of the teams that I recommend, I'd just like to invite you all over to my personal channel, FM Live. On there you can see a Charlton Let's Play series and also some tips and tricks. So for the Youth Academy Challenge, there's only a couple rules that you have to abide by. And the first rule is no transfers are to be made. So no region hunting, no going over to the scout screen. Your scouts are pretty much obsolete. The next rule is very similar to the obviously no transfer rules, is no loan deals. So you can't loan players in, you can't transfer players in, but you can, however, transfer and loan out. So if you need a little bit of cash, you can transfer players out. And also for loaning players, if you want to see them develop at another club, just maybe they're not ready for your team just yet. So transferring players out, making money, increasing facilities, because you do need to increase facilities. You need the highest possible facilities if you are going to complete this Youth Academy Challenge. So the last rule, and probably the most important rule, is you can only play players that have come through your academy. Now, when you first start up the save, and depending on what team you do choose, it's really up to you if you want to kick any of the players that haven't come through the academy and just kick them out, transfer them out, and then you can just have that core players that have come through the academy play. That's a rule that's really up to you. It's not a defined rule for me anyway, because at the end of the day, you've purchased the game and you can play it how you like. Now let's go through a couple of the teams that I think will be a good shout to start this Youth Academy Challenge with. Now this is you can go either way. You can go a big side, you can go a lower side and kind of work your way up, increasing facilities as you go. But this is a good kind of save to start off with a big club. Yes, it can be easy at the start, but once you have those older players retiring and some of them are declining in attributes, you're only going to have those younger academy players to fall back on. So it really puts a focus on developing players from their youth, building them up, making sure you're doing everything possible in training, make sure you've got the best coaches possible, make sure you've got the best youth facilities and the best training facilities possible. It really puts an emphasis on that. So the first club is Benfica. Benfica for training facilities is state of the art. For the youth facilities, it's top. They've got excellent junior coaching and extensive youth recruitment. So Benfica already have everything there to give you the most success out of this kind of challenge. The next club is Manchester United, and massive club all around the world. They've already got all the facilities there that's needed, and they're renowned for bringing through players from their youth academy. Just the class of 92 with Beckham, Giggs, the Neville brothers, and Paul Scholes. However, over the last couple of years, as Alex Ferguson retired, there hasn't been that great deal of emphasis on the youth academy. And it now seems that United is content to buy competition, buying in players rather than developing that youth. The next club we'll have a look at is Shakhtar, coming out of Ukraine. They've got the facilities. They've got a state-of-the-art training facility. They've got top youth facilities, good youth coaching, and a well-established youth recruitment. So that kind of challenge, it's going to be easy to win the Ukrainian League, but your goal here is to win the Champions League with a team that you've built solely from the youth academy. So Shakhtar is a little bit harder than the other teams, but I still think it's worth a shout and worth a go. The next team on the list is Barcelona out of Spain. Now we all know they have the capabilities of turning over some great players. And you'll find out of the bigger clubs in Europe, Barcelona probably do it the best. Okay, so that's just a handful of teams that I've picked out that already have the facilities and everything there ready for you to go. But it's really up to you if you want to choose a team, maybe you go for maybe a team in the lower leagues, maybe you want to build up, maybe an obscure nation similar to Ukraine. As I said, your main goal is to develop your players, your younger players from the youth academy, bringing them into the first team and turning that team into a team that can actually win the Champions League. Okay, so let's have a look at what you need to make this save successful. The first thing is first, you need good youth facilities. So there's 10 different levels of youth facilities, and each time you go up, that will increase your likelihood of developing those players' attributes. So to start from the bottom, from the top for the different levels, so you got basic, poor, below average, adequate, average, good, great, superb, excellent, and top. So if you start off a club that haven't got the top facilities, what you want to do is keep on trying to ask the board to increase those facilities. Next thing you want to increase is the training facilities, because once they're good enough, once they're old enough, you're going to move them into the full team or the first team. So they have, once again, a list of 10. So you've got poor, basic, below average, adequate, average, good, impressive, great, excellent, and state of the art. And also, because you are concentrating on your youth, what you want to do is make sure that the coaches that you bring into the club actually have a good working with youngsters attribute. Okay, the last thing is region day. So your youth intake day is going to be the biggest day for you every year. You want to get as many 5-star players in as possible. So one of the main things that influence your youth intake is your youth recruitment. So we want to have a look at this. So they've got a couple different levels as well. They've got limited, basic, fairly basic, average, above average, established, well established, and extensive. So the better your youth recruitment is, the more players you can actually draw in, and the better those players will be. Also, it ties in with your club reputation. So if you have a higher reputation, that's always comes in handy, because those region players, those youth players, will want to actually join you come your youth intake day. Okay guys, that's it from me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that's helped you out, giving you something a little bit more to think about. Maybe you're ready to take on a new challenge. If you're currently doing any other challenge there that we haven't explained in one of these videos, please let us know in the comments below, and also let us know if you're taking on the Youth Academy Challenge. If you ever have before, how did you get on? How did you find it? Was it hard? How many years did you take that challenge on? And also, what club did you start with? What clubs do you recommend? Okay guys, well I'll see you next time.